Now that the vinyl parts are completely finished, we're going to assemble the body. The first step in assembling the body is to fill and weight the limbs. So I'll be using glass beads. These beads are very fine, a little bit coarser than sand. I'm going to go ahead and pour them into the limb, and I want to fill the limb about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way full. And then I'm going to take some polyfill. We're using the Soft Touch Polyfill Supreme. And I'm going to top the limb off with a little bit of polyfill. And then I'm going to be placing a plug. These are our Bountiful Baby plug sets that come with our vinyl kits. These will serve two purposes. One is to cap off the limb to contain your stuffing inside. And another is to make the upper arm more rigid so that it will stay in place on the body once you have it attached. You just go ahead and push the cap into the end of the limb. And the glass beads give the vinyl a really nice fill. And it also adds weight for a more realistic fill. I'm going to go ahead and fill the other arm. Now that we've finished both hands, we're going to go ahead and do a leg. And again, I'm going to fill this about 2/3 full with the glass bead. And top that off with polyfill. You don't want to stuff it too tight. You want to make sure that you still have give and flexibility to the limb. Then I'm going to top that off with the leg plug. And now our limbs are ready to attach to the body. Now we're going to weight the head. To do this, we're going to use a nylon. We're going to cut off a section of nylon. And I'm going to place this, open it up, and place it down inside the doll's head. And then I'm going to pour a glass bead into the head until the head is most of the way full. If you don't want the head quite as heavy, you could do a little bit less glass bead and then fill the rest of the space with the polyfill. And then I'm going to tie off the end of the stocking. And we'll fill the rest of the space with polyfill. Since the glass beads are a little bit heavier than poly pellets, I actually only filled this head about probably a little less than half full of the glass bead. And I want to position that bag of glass beads near the back of the head. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill the rest of the space with polyfill. And you want to fill the head to where it's full, but you don't want it to be tight. You want it to hold out the head to hold its shape. But you don't want to overstuff it and have it overly tight, because that will stretch and expand the shape of the face. And then I'm going to add our Bountiful Baby neck ring to the neck. This also serves two purposes: to help keep the head attached better to the body so that the soft vinyl won't collapse inside of the body, allowing the head and limbs to fall off. And it also allows for the head to turn more easily once it's placed on the body. I'm just going to pop that in there and make sure that the rim of the vinyl is all the way out and the ring is on. Now we're going to be weighting the body. I'm going to use the glass beads again in a section of nylon that I've cut off. Each one of these bags is a pound of glass beads. For the body, I'm going to use about 1.5 pounds. You can vary that depending on what you want the overall weight of your baby to be. Then I'll go ahead and tie this off. And you want to have a little extra nylon here. You don't want to tie it off all the way down because you want it to be able to give. Then I'm going to put a little bit of polyfill in the arms. And you don't want this to be overly tight. You want it to be soft and have some give to it. Then I'll go ahead and attach my legs. This style of body has the legs attached directly to the front. The advantage of this style of body is that the doll can wear just a diaper or a onesie, and no cloth will show. And with the leg plugs in, I'm just going to go ahead and place the leg into the hole. Our bodies come with the cable ties already threaded into the body, but you'll just need to take the end and thread it through, and then tighten it onto your limb. Now you can do these as tight as you like. You can leave it a little bit loose if you want to, so that you can still turn the leg slightly for posing, or you can tighten them all the way down, whatever your preference is. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of stuffing down in the bottom of the body. And then we'll put in our glass beads. And then I'm going to continue to fill the body with polyfill, placing polyfill all the way around our bag of glass beads. I'm going to add a small bag of glass beads into the neck area of the body. This will cause the head to be more floppy, which is nice for a newborn. And then I'm going to go ahead and thread this cable tie through. And before placing the head on the body, I'll put the neck plug, the head plug in place. Sometimes these will be a little bit of a tight fit, which is a good thing because it'll stay in place better. If you ever get one that's a little bit loose, you can use the Gem Tack glue or E6000 glue to glue it in place. Then we'll place the head on the body and tighten it down. The nice thing about these neck rings is that you can tighten the cable tie around the neck tightly, but the head will still turn. I've got that tightly and the head still turns easily for posing. Then we're going to place the arms on the body the same way as we did the legs. And then you'll want to make sure that the arms are laying in a natural position so that they lay over the chest like this on this particular arm. Then we'll go ahead and tighten that down. You want to make sure that the fabric is evenly distributed around the cable tie. And then using cuticle nippers, we're going to cut the excess cable tie off. The cuticle nippers give a very smooth cut so that it's not rough at all and won't snag on clothing. And now baby Paisley is ready to dress. I'm putting a newborn size diaper on her. And the nice thing about the legs that attach directly to the front of the body is that when we put a diaper on her, that the cloth is completely covered around the legs so that you could display her in just a diaper or a onesie if you choose to. I like to put t-shirts on my babies. It just kind of finishes the look of the baby. I can actually tell whether they have one on or not. Kind of covers the vinyl so that you have a smoother look under clothes, especially if they're sheer like the dresses that we'll be putting on her. I'm putting a Wilbeth dress on Paisley. We carry the Wilbeth line on our website. And then we can comb and style the hair again since we've been handling her quite a bit.
You know, Amber and Paisley are wonderful. I watched every inch of these being made and I was absolutely fascinated. And frankly, to fascinate me in the doll world, it takes something. She's really done it well for me today. You can pick up any one of these dolls or other kits by looking at the websites at artdolls.com or at bountifulbaby.com. And you'll see that across the bottom of the screen. We look forward to serving, and I want to see your dolls when you get them finished. Thank you so very much for joining us.